They've, if you like, set you a puzzle, and hopefully you've solved it. What more can you want out of your job? By using the direction finding equipment in the car, it's led us to this point here where we believe, and we can see from the aerial that's on the top of the building, that the chances are that our pirate station is in here. What we'll have to do now is go up in the lift, go up into the lift room and have a look and see what we can find up there. Oh yes, there we go. There we go, typical transmitter de-locked onto the services so that it can't be removed easily.
They come and get our stuff, that's it. At the end of the day, they come and take our stuff. It's not like we're going to go up there and, start fighting with them and that, you know. They've got a job to do. We respect them for that. They can come and do it, you know.
The DTI make over 900 raids a year. All the seized equipment ends up in a storeroom waiting to be destroyed.
This is a typical pirate radio transmitter that we'll have seized, probably from a tower block somewhere in London. It's the sort of transmitter that lots of the pirates use. It's got an aerial output, it's got an audio output probably, and there's a power supply in there as well somewhere. These are the sort of things that we seize a lot of, probably several hundred during a year in London alone.
In London there's, what I've counted on the FM dial, about 20, 27, 28 pirate radio stations, if not more. And when you go on the outskirts, like you go over to West London, the stations double up, so there's so many on, and I suppose they can't concentrate. By the time they hit one station, they go out to the next. By the next weekend, they're back on. So it's like just going round and round, I suppose.
There are obviously finances somewhere in the sort of pirate broadcasting area, which mean that they can replace the transmitters. Sometimes they replace them the same day, and that's why some of the stations, persistent ones, we might take transmitters away from 2 or 3 times a week. And it's frustrating perhaps for us to think, yes, we've just taken that one off for a nuisance, they're back on again. But that's part of the work, and that's, you know, in keeping the airways clean, if you like, that's what we have to do.
We'll be back, you know, we'll come back, no problem.
Staying one step ahead of the DTI is a constant struggle for the pirates. Increasing numbers of raids have forced them to develop new techniques for concealing their rigs.
Well, basically, we've just been hit by the DTI, and I'm just about to plumb the rig back down the pipe.
They may hide a transmitter down a ventilation shaft, and quite often they'll use a device using car jacks to secure them in the ventilation shaft.
The transmitter obviously gets put down the pipe, and this is like a car jack, scissor jack, and what we do, we lower it down, say, I don't know how many feet, about 20 feet, and we've got a long tool which goes down on top of this thread here, and we do the thread till the jack opens out wide enough, and then it locks onto the actual wall of the pipe, and the rig is just left held there. What they do, they try winching them out, they put a winch down there with a hook, try pulling them out like that. I know they've got a tool as well where they try and undo the jacks. That's one of their latest tools they've got, I've heard.
Well, they try and keep ahead of us. I've described we've devised something for undoing the car jacks.
I've got my way around it, I'm not going to say, but basically it's still piping it up, exactly the same, just a little modification around the top end of the jack. Nothing too major, but it will be for them.
Yeah, I mean, they've tried to catch up with that, and by putting special locks on some of the transmitter where they put them to try and stop us. But, you know, there's always a way around it.
They have a go at getting it, I'll give them that, they have a good go at it. But their favourite one, with rude anyway, is cementing my rigging. What they do, they'll put loads of rubbish down the pipe on my rig and cement over it. Which isn't a problem, I always get it out.
If we can't get at the transmitter, there's always got to be power leads and aerial leads coming out, and what we might do is to leave it locked in place and just cut the leads.
That's all it takes. As soon as you know how they're getting it, there's always a way around things, you know what I mean? It's just a case of going up there, putting new aerials up, just join the aerials on, you can be back on within hour and a half, hour, if all the aerials are done. Flick the switch and we're on air.
It's not just the DTI who are out to stop the pirates. Local councils spend thousands of pounds every year trying to secure their rooftops.
Yeah, there is certain blocks that do have one-off like locks, or where they've got problems with pirates, they put a special door up there to stop them getting up there, sort of thing.
Well, beside the metal grids that we've installed along the perimeters, we've also upgraded the doors to the entry to the roof areas and the lift motor rooms.
There are pirates that, if they're like, they've been on a block for a while and their roof gets secured up, they will get a oxyacetylene set and cut their own hole through their door, or a grinder, etc., whatever.
We decided to increase the measures and we installed a silent alarm system.
Hello, Mr. Williamson? Yeah, it's London Borough of Waltham Forest. I've got an intruder door alarm at All Saints Tower.
You have a door alarm like you would at home. If someone opens the door illegally, then the alarm will go off. And the other type is the passive type, the ones where it's an infrared beam. And if anyone cuts that beam, then the alarm will go off. We'll know there's intruders up there or something's moving up there, and we can initiate the necessary call-out.
As the war of attrition drags on, the pirates are beginning to explore new forms of media.
If the DTI ever do decide to shut down the FM dial in whatever dramatic way they decide to do it, there's the internet for the DJs to go. Like, there's certain internet stations out there at the moment that people go, the DJs go and play, they pay £20 and they're broadcasted all around the world on the internet, you know.
All they need are a pair of decks, a lead from the mixer into the back of a PC, and away you go.
Sounds of the Pirates, coming at ya, live and direct.
Interface is at the forefront of a new revolution in pirate radio.
It's as simple as having a PC, a 486 PC to do it, and just downloading a simple plugin that takes about 5 minutes off the website. It's a real simple job, very, very simple, and it's getting a lot easier and easier and easier as we go along.
Sounds of Interface, pirate radio with a style.
Well, it was actually emailed, I think it was the Christmas just gone, by these guys that were travelling around in a nuclear submarine. And they took our signal and piped it around the whole sub while they was eating their Christmas din-dins, etc. And actually had it going for about 2 days before they actually got told to pull it off by one of their commanders. Oh, no, none of that pirate radio stuff.
Don't forget where to look. With a www.pirate-radio.co.uk. The Pirates out of London.
We're usually sustaining about between 4,000 and 8,000 people simultaneously. The hit rate is into the millions.
Today's internet pirates, like those who operated offshore in the 60s, are not illegally broadcasting, but they are infringing copyright laws.
People like Interface are hosting music for free on their websites, and anybody can log on there and actually enjoy the music without actually the owner of the copyright being paid for it. And so what it's doing is it's encouraging this culture of music being very free, and the producers and the artists that have spent a lot of time and money in creating that music aren't getting anything back for it with this sort of usage.